On March 21st, 2021, the inaugural Touring Kart Championship Racing League held its very first event at GPNY for the running of the premier Grand Prix. Located in Mount Kesko, the GPNY go-kart circuit is very fast, very narrow, and very challenging for the drivers, myself included. In fact, some parts of the course are identical to certain tracks on the F1 calendar, most notably the uphill section, which is similar to Spa-Francorchamps, Darting, Eau Rouge, and Rédillon. The opening round for the Touring Kart Championship was wild. In the practice sessions, all participants got a feel for the circuit. The practice sessions also came in handy for those who were trying out this epic facility for the first time. Jack Carpenter was the fastest driver on the track, setting the fastest lap time in his home race, which would prove to be a booster for his qualifying and his heat races. In following qualifying time trials, Jack Carpenter set the fastest lap time of 39.829. This put him in good shape in the heat races, to which he was flying. He even made the final round. A total number of 20 racers qualified for the Premier Grand Prix. Considering how big the field was, the circuit was too narrow to fit all 20 contestants in the same race. Therefore, the heat races determined grid positions 1 to 10, as 10 drivers were a maximum for the final round. Formats for the heat races were a similar thing to the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series, where the odd qualifiers are put in the first heat and the even qualifiers are put in the second heat. The top 5 from each heat take part in the grand final for the top 10 positions, whilst the bottom 5 from each heat race in the petite final. I actually finished second in my qualifying race, in fact. The qualifying race I was in was something else, especially since there was a wreck at the start, and I somehow managed to avoid it by less than an inch. It wasn't an easy race for me, that's one thing for sure, but I kept it clean for the most part and finished second to Nathan Lavender. In the main final, there was a mistake at the start. In other words, the race got underway, then shortly after it was stopped for a grid lineup mishap or something along those lines. Slight delay didn't take long, and 5 to 6 minutes later, we were back in action, duking it out for a 4-lap shootout. Originally, the race was 7 laps long. I struggled in the main final en route to P9, just ahead of my friend Alex Smith. Up in the front, battle for the podium places, and especially the race win, was intense through and through. So intense that Ariel Bisno, one of the fastest in this particular race, pushed it to the max and did what he could to finish inside the podium places, ranking in second place. Unfortunately, that was short-lived, following a -2 position penalty. He was pushed back to 4th. Nathan Lavender, also a friend of mine, originally finished in the 4th position, was quickly promoted to the podium places with 3rd. Alex Anderson finished runner-up in 2nd, and the race winner was Jack Carpenter. A brilliant drive, a brilliant day, and a brilliant performance from the young lad.
So today was a good day. I raced a lot, I fought hard, and I won. It was a pretty it was a nail biter to finish. It was exciting. I got bumped over there on one of the turns and snuck past me. And reviewed it and it was clear. So yeah, it's a good day.
For Nathan, he too did an amazing job, really consistent on car control and racecraft, and also won one of the heat races. This is what he had to say when the event wrapped up.
What's going on, guys? P3 in the first ever Touring Kart Championship. Really happy to be on the podium. It looked like it was 4th for a second, but the stewards had to review, and hey, it's racing. So P3 is always great, and thank you to everybody that supports me. Hell yeah.
GPNY go-kart track manager Alex was also involved in the fun. Although he didn't race, he was one of the stewards who analyzed what goes on the track from start to very end. Here's what he had to say in regards to the pros and cons.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Levinson. I run Grand Prix New York in Mount Kisco, New York. Today we had a very interesting event going on, and we had some incredible racers. We had a few people that have been coming to facilities that I've been running for the past few years. We had Fuji here, we had Ellis here. So tonight was a wonderful night. It was great to go ahead and get competition racing back into a go-karting facility. A lot of people have been wanting this, league racing coming back and everything like that. Now with this new travel league, I have to say I am fully supportive of this. Those of you that know me, you know that I'm all about racing and that I want everyone racing. You should also know that I'm very serious about it, and I take everything that happens out on track seriously. From saying that, it was relatively smooth. This was our first event. This was nice, just getting back into the flow of running somewhat of a league race and a championship coming in there. I'm really excited to see where this championship goes and following the drivers that are in it. There's a lot of talent that was out there tonight, and some good calls, some bad calls. It always happens in racing. Nothing always goes the way that you want it to go. We had some mechanical failures. It's bound to happen. Unfortunately, that's what we have with rental carts. We try our best to keep them up. I busted my butt this morning going ahead and getting 9 carts set up just that were in here where we are in my mechanical bay right now. My staff absolutely loved having this experience. They had the joy of being able to flag, not just flag, but they were able to go ahead and dictate what was going on with racing, and they had to have critical thinking every little second that was happening. I see potential for a lot of improvements, and I see things that we did very well and very right, but I see where we can improve upon this, and I think that's what the whole goal of tonight was. Get everyone racing, see where we can go ahead and improve our skills, see where we can get going better, and see where the future is going to take us. Because right now, I don't know about you, but I need more racing like this, and I'm sure everyone else needs more racing like this. It's one of the key things that keeps us all together. We're a tight-knit microcosm in this world, and we have to go ahead and support each other. Without you racing, I can't be racing. That's why I need everyone racing, you know? And the more competition we have, the more talent we're out there. Maybe, who knows? Maybe one of these individuals that was racing today can be one of the next Formula One American drivers that we haven't had in probably 20 years. Besides that, we had to make a very tough call for who went away with the win tonight. And it's hard when you're put on point for a tough call because you do affect the outcome of everything. However, with racecraft, there are certain guidelines that you need to follow. What happens on the track, you have no control over. What you do have control over is the objective of the finale. And by saying that, what I mean is when you're the one in charge of going ahead and making the call, it's a very stressful position to be in. And that's why multiple people look over it. With that being said, I think tonight we went ahead and we hit some issues that go ahead and show us that having multiple eyes on incidences go ahead and make it easier to make these calls. And as this league goes ahead and grows and we get more people in it, there are going to be people that disagree, and that's racing. Not everyone sees it the same way. But I think tonight we made all the right calls, and I think moving forward we're going to make all the right calls. And it's going to be very interesting to have you guys come back into GPNY in Mount Kisco and see how we've evolved. I'm looking very forward to that. Great job, guys, and to all the guys racing, keep it strong, keep it loose.
Final results of the Premier Grand Prix are as follows on the presented chart that's currently displayed on the screen. In terms of the drivers interacting with one another and how the entire event as a whole played out, it was a huge success. Everyone was friendly and was eager to get on out there and race, to which we did just that. If you want to learn more about the TKC, follow their Instagram to stay notified on any updates and upcoming events. You can also check out their official website at touringkartchampionship.com. Pretty soon, the Touring Kart Championship League will host a summer season with 10 races on the calendar going to various tracks, with the first race being on June 5th at On Track Karting in Connecticut. Until then, I, Turn 4 Productions, signing off the mic, and until next time and further notice, peace out, stay safe, and have a good one.